Networking, great people, meet great people. What else? New ideas, great. What else?
Being re-energized.
Re-energized, that's important, right? Sometimes our battery gets low, we need a little charge up. How about, who else? Yes?
Getting to see people you don't get to see all
Right, we get to see people. Anna's from Texas. Yay.
Team building, we got a road trip of 5 ladies, spearheaded class.
Right, it's all about the fun. Sweet. You know what else I love about these events? Especially for first-timers. You get to kind of see, I mean, we all know Scentsy, we love Scentsy, Grace and Alvalada, but we don't always necessarily at home get the Scentsy culture. You guys feel that? You know, how it really is Scentsy family, and, you know, I think that's important. So, good, I'm glad you guys all are enjoying yourself. So, I was asked today to speak on Go for the No. Don't judge who you share the opportunity with. So, hopefully I will meet that goal. But first, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name is Nicole Shabokas, and I'm a full-time veterinarian. I learned about Scentsy April-ish, maybe March, I don't know exactly when I learned about it, but of 2010. A lady brought a warmer into the clinic where I work. How many of you have done that before? Take warmers into businesses? How'd that work out for you?
Especially very good.
Yeah, right. You guys remember when the Paws warmer came out? So what's cool about our monthly warmers? It might make us think about people we never thought of before, right? I think my sponsor did. She got that Paws warmer and was like, I'm taking this to the veterinary clinic. So she dropped it off. Never heard of Scentsy in my life. A few of the girls that did, and it was cute in a little box, had like a bar or two of wax with it. And she left it, maybe some catalogs, I don't know. I don't work up front, so I don't know exactly what everything she left. And we're like, cool, what do we do with it? So we did a raffle. We sent it home with one of the girls. First mistake. What do you want to do when you get that warmer into a place? Plug it in, right? We would have enjoyed it a lot more had we plugged it in. But no, we sent it home with Stacy. Why didn't I win the drawing? I wanted it. No, after a few weeks, our office manager was like, hey, what happened to that warmer? Stacy, bring it back. It still sits in the office today. So, throughout that time, my sponsor, future sponsor, she dropped off various things. You guys remember when we used to have basket testers? They were a little bigger than the cute little lip gloss size ones that we have now. So she dropped off some testers, she dropped off catalogs, she dropped off flyers, what have you. I never met her. I don't work in the front. I never saw the lady. But various things would show up in the break room. And I really liked the idea. I liked the concept. I liked the safety of it. It was making the lobby smell great, you know. Veterinary clinics can be a little stinky. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled a male cat urinate. It penetrates. It's awful. Oh, one thing, speaking of which, this may be too much information. Don't use your favorite Scentsy scent to cover really bad smells. Because every time you smell it, you'll think of that. So don't use your favorites in the bathroom. Use the ones that you just kind of like. Wild Black Cherry. It's a great scent. Many of you probably love it, but it makes me think of a porta potty. Because that's the kind of scents they use in there. Sorry. Anyway, I digress. So, get it plugged in. Come back a few times, right? What happens if we drop it off and we never show up again? Nothing. They're not going to call us. They're happy to have their warmer. When they run out of wax, they'll buy it from Walmart or something. You know, we need to show back up. I later found out that my sponsor came back 6 times. 6 times. So how many times does it take of us hearing something? How many times have you watched the infomercial at 3 a.m. and then you finally bought it? How many times does it take? 5 to 8 times, right? Statistics say it takes 5 to 8 times of us hearing about something before we decide to do anything with it. So essentially before we decide to buy, host, or join. We're kind of lucky because we have this awesome scent attached. Sometimes we do it quicker, or our customers do it quicker. How many of you signed up the first time you ever heard of Scentsy? So it does happen, right? Sweet! But that's not the norm. That's not the norm. We have to follow up 5 to 8 times. So what does that mean? They have to tell us no 5 to 8 times, one person, the same person, before we get a yes. So I'm trying to tie it back in to go for the no. So it is important to follow up, and it is important to remind people, and so that's what she did. She came in 6 times. I am a party girl. I had a lot of parties at that school. So wish a Sensei consultant would have crossed my path in that school. I'd be rich by now. But anyway, I'm on my way. So when we were looking at the stuff, we were smelling, I was thinking about ordering. One of the girls at work was like, hey, you should have a party. I have had lots of parties, but it did not cross my mind. So what do we have to do? We have to ask, right? We assume they know they can have a party. I know I can have a party, but did I think of it? No, I did not. I had my friend, my coworker suggested it, so I called the lady, but that doesn't always happen. We need to ask people. We need to go for the no. We need to get past the no's to get to the yeses. So I had a party. I booked it like within the next weekend. I think it was like Friday or Saturday. I think I did it the following Saturday. So what's cool about short-term parties? People know what they're doing in a week. They might not know what they're doing in 2 or 3 weeks or 6 months. Yeah, I'll book a party out 2 or 3 weeks, but oftentimes if we book them short-term, they're going to stick, and that host is less likely to, well, maybe. Anyway, a lot can happen, but the point is, if they invite people and you help them, and it's short-term, maybe you'll have a better result. Maybe not, but it's something. Don't not do a party because they want to do it like in 3 days. Have your kit ready, always, your little party kit, and do it. So anyway, I had, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15 people show up, and I think I sold about $300-ish. Decent party, right? We all would be happy with that party. Are we thrilled? Not really, but we're happy. A lot of people didn't show up. A lot of people that made it didn't buy that night, so I followed up. I hit up all the people that didn't make it. I got 1,000 in outside sales. All of your hosts can do stuff like that if we let them know that's possible. If we give them the opportunity to get follow-up sales from the people that didn't make it. Get them a basket party, get them catalogs, whatever, ahead of time, and then maybe do it a little bit after too. We don't want to keep those parties open too long, but give them the opportunity to get some more sales because I did 300 at my party and 1,000 after. So that was pretty cool. And one thing stuck in my mind. At the party, my sponsor said, my future sponsor, she said, it's easy to make $600 a month. And that piqued my interest. I'm a successful veterinarian. My student loans are very high. And I'm also remodeling my house. Still. It's a long process. But anyway, so $600 would help, right? Who wouldn't want $600? She did not say, you have to sell $2,000 to get $600, because I would have never signed up. That sounds like a lot of work. So, but that piqued my interest, and I said, well, what's the minimum, right? Because we all want to know what the least we can do before we want to sign up. $150 in sales in 1 month over a 3-month period. Doable, right? I could host my own party every 3 months, get a little free half-price Scentsy, because now I'm addicted. I need to support my new habit, and maybe make a little money off my friends. $600 would be nice. But, so I signed up, and what can we do in our first 15 days? Is anybody within your first 15 days? No super newbies. So, shooting star award. When I joined, we could get 10 warmers for $200. So that's $100 off. And Scentsy pays us for that $200, sweet, we're like almost certified. So I wanted those 10 warmers, so I was able to get 500 in before the end of the month. I joined August 29th, and I got 500 in sales before the end of the month. That is doable, crazily enough. And then, why do I like to party? Wake up. No, I'm just kidding. Because of the free stuff, right? That's why I like to party, or why I did, and why I joined Scentsy, because I wanted free Scentsy, and maybe a little extra money. But anyway, originally I thought, well, I can get some free half-price stuff. And that's why I've done parties at vet school. I did Pampered Chef, Leah Sophia, Party Light. And so I knew about parties, and I knew about getting free stuff, and I wanted free stuff. So what can we get for Sensational Start? Free stuff, right? Free product. So who doesn't want free product? So I just had a $1,300 party, so $50 of free product didn't really appeal to me. $125 didn't really appeal to me. I wanted $200 in free product. So what did I have to do? If any of you, are you many of you in your first 70 days? Right on. If you can do it with recruiting, do it. Because that is building a sustainable business. Share with your friends this amazing opportunity. If not, do it with sales. But anyway, I did it with sales because I didn't think people would want to sign up, you know, all the itty-bitty dicky committee in our head. But anyway, so I thought, okay, I can do this. Sales is up to me. So by my 70th day, I think my first month I did my 500. My second month I certified and I got a little more. I don't remember exactly. My third month I was rolling. I think I had 6 parties. And my check. So what happens when we sell $5,000? Our check grade grows, right? And that was over our 70-day period. But so in 2 months. Anyway, my third month was my heaviest sales. I honestly can't remember what I sold. But that Scentsy paycheck covered my student loan, which is kind of big. It's like a mortgage payment. So my wheels started turning. I'm a smart girl. If I start to work this like a business instead of the hobby that I planned to do it as, plus that $600, which, you know, is in the back of my mind still, but I made more than that. My third month, or my 70th day, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I thought if I could do that every month, that frees up more income for my house, vacations, fun money, shoes, whatever, you know. And so that was my goal. So that is important. Make goals, right? And write them down, because that's important too. So I wanted to make enough to cover my student loan every month. And I've almost done that every month since I joined, which my 4-year anniversary is April 29th. So coming right up. So my sponsor didn't judge who she shared the opportunity with. Did she think a veterinarian was going to join her team? No, probably not. She didn't even know me. I never met her until I called her to have a party. So you don't know who you're going to connect with. So those warmer drops can be beneficial, but it is a little time consuming. You do have to follow up 5 to 8 times. So Scentsy's pretty cool. We've talked about our shooting star and our sensational start. What other cool stuff do they do for us?
Incentive trips.
Yeah. Who's been on an incentive trip? Who's been on more than one incentive trip? How many? Anna, how many have you been on?
2 and soon to be 3.
All right. How about you? How many have you been on? 3? Also, who doesn't want a free vacation? When I joined, my sponsor had just earned Hawaii. She joined in April. You know the incentive period is April to January 31st, right? Not April, August. Sorry. August to, I joined in April, she joined in August. Anyway, so she joined at the very beginning of this incentive period. I joined in April. I had a few months jump, so I thought for the next incentive period, I have got this, right? She can do it, I can do it. So Disney was announced, and I thought, I am so going to Disney. I knew people that had earned it for one, and they had to buy in their husbands or spouse or whoever they wanted to take, and it was expensive. And I didn't want to have to pay. So I worked really hard, and I wanted to make sure I was getting it for 2 without having to pay a dime, and we earned it for 3. So we got to take, we ended up paying for the second nephew, but we got to take my 2 nephews to Disney World. We extended and went to Universal. We were there for 14 days. Do you think I ever imagined that I was going to be able to take 2 little boys to Disney World and Universal Studios? No way, Scentsy made that happen. So then I was like, that was freaking awesome. They paid for my flights, they paid for my food, they paid for our park passes, you know, amazing. Why not do this every year? So I just got back from my 4th, my 4th incentive trip. I just earned my 5th incentive trip. The 4th one was Can Do Cancun. Did you guys remember about that? So the summer incentives, my first thing I ever won with Scentsy was a KitchenAid mixer. Always wanted one, never wanted to buy one, got it for free with Scentsy. Sweet! So summer incentives are awesome. The warmers, the really cool, very large, amazing, cool warmers, that was a summer incentive. Got to earn all 3. Every time they do incentives, what happens? Our business grows. Because we want those silly warmers and we make more money because we're going for them. So use those to your advantage. Incentive trips. What do they give us points for? All the important things to do for our business. So sponsor those people, get your downline to move up, you yourself move up, sell. All of those things are important. And so that's why that's how we can earn those things. And then, I got the glass top. That was really cool, more free stuff. So Cincy takes care of us, and so how do we build our businesses though? Let's get back to the point, right? We're talking about go for no. And it's a numbers game, right? It's all about who we ask, and we just have to let go of the outcome. I was thinking back, because for some reason I'm a lucky person, no doesn't bother me. For some people it's frightening, it's terrifying. Some people do not want to hear that word. It's just a two-letter word, no big deal. But when I was in high school, I was part of Business Professionals of America. Does anybody know what that is? It's the nerd group. So my keyboarding teacher was like, hey, you should do this, you're pretty good at keyboarding, why don't you join this competition? So we typed documents, and we won awards. I made it to regionals right here in Albuquerque, and then I made it to nationals in Anaheim, California. We had to pay for our trip. And I was a senior that year, and I really wanted to go to Disneyland, so my friend and I went out and begged. We didn't sell anything, we just asked people for money. We went to businesses around my town, and my philosophy was, if we do not go into this business and ask them for money, if we do go in and they say no, we are no worse off than we are right now standing on the sidewalk. So that, for me, is where I learned to go for the no, because, shoot, we're walking around town, getting a few exercises, we're getting free money for nothing. All we have to do is ask. And with Cincy, we have an amazing product. Grace Adele Bolata, this is awesome stuff. We have a product to sell. We're not just begging for money, for nothing. So let go of the outcome. If they say no, who cares? It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with you. And no doesn't really mean no. It just means not right now. I have a friend, my best friend. She has been around since before Cincy. And I've asked her to join. She doesn't want to. Not interested. She makes plenty of money. She doesn't need to make extra money. She has plenty of friends. She doesn't need extra friends. She can go on vacation whenever she wants. She doesn't need extra free vacations. So no, it doesn't interest her. She likes the product. She buys from me. She usually does her own party. Her and I have a glass of wine, a couple glasses of wine, and we get free, or she earns free Cincy from her own purchases. So this fall, she asked me if I wanted to donate some money. Her daughter just got the opportunity to sing at Carnegie Hall. Several of the choir at the school that she goes are going to Carnegie Hall. And she's like, do you want to sponsor her? I'm like, why don't you do a Cincy fundraiser? She's like, okay, what do I have to do? So I gave her the stuff. In like her first 5 days, maybe a week, she sold $800. I'm like, Christy, you need to sign up. I don't want to sign up. You should really sign up. You're like 2 minutes away from certifying. And she's like, no, I don't want to do the taxes. I'm like, well, it's for charity, so you don't even have to worry about it. It's a write-off. She's going to give it to the school. No, thank you. Okay, fine. I'll take the sales. She texts me, come see me tomorrow. I'm there. So she signed up at the end of October. I think she didn't put her orders in until November. Guess how much she sold in November?
2,000.
Guess again. 4,000.
Wow.
And she told me no for 3.5 years. So it does pay to wait, and it does pay to re-ask, because circumstances change. She needed to do a fundraiser, and Cincy worked out for her. So had I just, what if sweet, $800, right on. Let's close it up, we're done. Done. I would have missed out on that, and she would have missed out on it. She is having a ball. She's having a ball with it. And who knows what she'll do with it. Maybe when when they've earned enough for New York, maybe she's done. But that's okay. She had fun. She earned money. She did it for a good cause. I earned Bahamas or whatever, and you know what I mean? So it pays to ask. Had I not asked, it's already no. So just ask.
How do you do the fundraisers?
So the question is, how do you do fundraisers? However you want is the answer. There's some trainings on the training center. Do you know where that is at your workstation? So that's where I first got the information. But essentially, they do Scentsy, whether it's in a party format, whether it's individual sales, whether it's, every kid in the school goes out and sells to their friends and family, whatever, you make up packets, however you want to do it. Maybe several moms want to have parties, however you want to do it, and then you donate a portion of your commission, or all of it. Typically, what I do is I donate all of my commission and I keep the free and half price product. And that's what I use to cover my costs, because there's catalogs and order forms and envelopes and whatever else you might do. But essentially, you can run it however you want. A lot of people will keep back 5%. It's your business, you run it however you want. You can only do one brand for fundraisers though, FYI. So, at a time. You could do Scentsy, and then you could do Grace Adele, and you could do Velato. You can't do it all at once. For those of you that were at leadership, Carol Bishop Hauk, she's a pretty awesome Scentsy lady, and she gave us a little analogy that I thought was so clever and so simple. How many of you have ever been to a restaurant? How many of you that have been to a restaurant have ordered a drink? How many of you ever finished it during the meal and you maybe wanted a refill? So the waiter or waitress comes up and says, hey, do you need a refill? Yeah. Maybe then ask the next person, hey, do you need a refill? No, I'm fine. Does the waitress or waiter go and quit their job because you told them no, you do not want a refill? No! Think of it like that. When we're offering to buy, host, or join, and they say no, they just didn't want a Dr. Pepper. It's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. Let go of the outcome. Let them decide. It's our job to offer it. It's their job to say yes, no, maybe, not right now, maybe in 5 months, whatever. And so, just think of it like a soda refill analogy and don't take it personally. It's a numbers game. So, if someone told you for every 25 people you asked to join, you would automatically get 2 consultants, you'd be rushing out and getting those 23 no's, wouldn't you know? And that's a true story. I mean, if you are not offering the opportunity, they can't join. I knew you could have a party with Scentsy, but I didn't think of that until somebody suggested it. Maybe they know that you can sign up to do things like Scentsy, and nobody ever offered them. So we have to offer it. We have to offer the opportunity, we have to offer to have a party, and we have to offer to buy. Maybe somebody at a party can't afford it. So offer them to have a party so they can get it for free. Maybe they can't afford it because their husband got laid off and they're just trying to make ends meet and they're just there for some free snacks and a good time. Maybe they need to join Scentsy. Maybe they need a new Grace Adele business and they need to help to support their family because their husband isn't making the income that he was. So listen, like Sandy said, and see why. Don't just, okay, no, you said no, I'm out of here. How come? Why wouldn't you want to get anything today? And then you learn, and maybe then you have a new opportunity to offer them. So one of my favorite ways to get no's is to use drawing slips. How many of you use drawing slips? Who has some on them today? I do. If you have drawing slips with you today, stand up. Nobody else has drawing slips? Okay, so if you have some, like in your car, in your hotel room, whatever, stay standing.
Oh, sorry.
If you have access to drawing slips today, stay standing. Only 2 of you?
Oh, I do, but I can't stand.
Okay, keep your hand up, Heather. So, who also has a Scentsy sample with them? That's already standing. Do you have Scentsy sandal? Okay, sandal. Anybody have Scentsy sandals? I have some Scentsy sandals. So if you have samples with you and drawing slips, stay standing. If you have drawing slips, a sample, and a pen, stay standing. If you also have a catalog, if you also have an order form, if you also have a Grace Adele catalog. If you also have a Velato catalog.
My kid.
All right, Heather. So the point is, be prepared, right? And when you are prepared, you get a paycheck, right? 100 grand. So I'm going to throw this to you, and then you can pass it over. So be prepared. Who has just, FYI, who has some layers product with them?
Thank you.
Right, who has a bar? Who has,
Sincerely sent card.
right on, sincerely sent card. So, you never know when the opportunity is going to present itself, and you may need to be prepared. So try to be prepared. You don't always have everything. I have totally been there where I think I'm cool and I run in with just my wallet and I left my bag in the car. Stupid, always bring your bag. And you can write down their info in your phone. You can do your own drawing slip in your phone, or you can write on the back of a receipt, right? So be prepared. On the drawing slip, where can you get drawing slips?
Make it happen.
Scentsy Family Store, you make them yourself, maybe a friend made one, whatever. So the ones I use say at the bottom, so they have their contact information. Why would we want contact information?
So you can call.
Right! So we can pass Scentsy samples out all day long. Statistically, you have to pass out 100 things before you get one person to call you. Man, that's a lot of samples that you're wasting. So get their info. Why would you want their email? Newsletter! We're contacting